Hello students, in this video I am continuing the topic of final account preparation. So in this session I show you how to identify items and its postings in the balance sheet in very easy way. Before starting today's topic, still if you are not subscribed my channel means please subscribe it. Let me start today's topic final account preparation. To understand well, please go through with part 1 video before this one. Let me see the balance sheet question. See, actually, balance sheets are prepared end of any year. The academic year is any starts with 1st April and ends with 31st April. So here some X company they have the items and their balances like this. So here based on these items the question was asking to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheets. So for year ending of 31st March 2020. So first step what we will do means we will identify the items. What are the items belongs to the which account. See here we having three accounts, trading account, profit and loss account, and last one is a balance sheet. So in trading account we will enter all the items which are related to the manufacturing or production, and in profit and loss account we will record all the items or transactions which are related to the office purpose, and in the balance sheet we will record all the items which are related to assets and liabilities. So first we'll identify the items. What are the items will belongs to which account. So first we having the capital. So we already know capital is an owner's investment. So business wants to repay that amount to the owner in the future. So the repayment is taking place in the capital. So we can consider it as a liability. And next we having the creditor. Creditor is a person who borrows the money intend to repay in the future. So here also if business receive or took any amount and they enter into an agreement to pay that amount in a future means the business considered as a creditor. So now the business want to repay the amount, so it is also considered as a liability. And next we having return outwards. So return outwards means returning the goods to owner. So returning the goods to an owner. So here if you purchase some X good then only we will return. If you purchase the good then we can identify if there is any defect. If there is any defect means we will return to the owner itself. So purchase return outwards we also call as a purchase return. So this return outwards account comes under the trading account. And next we having the sales. Once the production is done then we will go with any sales. Every business once the completion of a production they will send their products, finished or semi-finished products to the market. So the sales also comes in the trading account, but the sale is not expenses. Sales is an income. Here the goods are going out and the cash is coming inside the business, so it is a trading account and it's considered as an income. And next we having the bills payable. So if the business purchased the material on credit basis means they will enter the contract, they will pay the credit amount in the future means it is also considering as any liability, means repayment of an amount in the future. And next we having the plant and machinery. The plant and machinery it gives the value for any more than 2 years. So it is a valuable product, valuable thing. So it considering as an asset. And next we having the sundry debitor. Sundry debitor is a person who receives the amount from their borrowings. So it is an asset. And drawings. So here the drawing says the owner used money or the owner withdraws some money from the business. So it is a loss for any business. So all expenses and the losses all related to the office purpose will record in the P&L account. And next we having purchases. So purchases is any comes under, if you purchase good means by using that good we will produce some finished or semi-finished good. Without purchase any raw material or any materials we can't do the production. So here the purchases are related to the manufacturing. So we'll record the purchases in the trading account. And return inwards. See, return inwards means we are getting the goods inside. When we will get the goods inside means if we send first we want to send the goods out by making the sales. Once sales are done, the goods will go out. If the customer will identify any drawback or any defect in our products means he will return our goods back. So that will be considering as any returns inwards, or we can call it as any sales inwards. So sales inwards, the sales will be recorded in trading account. So from sales we will deduct minus the sales return. So here the return inwards also we will record in the trading account credit side itself. And next wages. The wages or payments to any laborers or any workers. So the laborers and the workers will be work in a production units or in a manufacturing. So this will be related to the trading account expenses. So we'll post in the trading account debit side. And next we having the cash in bank. So cash in bank indicates the bank balance of any business. So if business having more bank balance means it's considered as a value or an asset for any business. So we'll post this cash at bank in a asset side. And next we having office repairs. So office repairs or any expenses for any office. So all office related expenses will post in the P&L account debit side. And next we having the opening stock. So opening stock is nothing but the raw material. With the raw material only we can start the production. Without raw material we can't do anything. So the raw materials are linked to the production. All the manufacturing production items will record in the trading account. So trading account debit side, expenses side. And next we having the rent. So here if you see the the office rent means we will post in on P&L account. If the manufacturing rent means we will post in the trading account, but here the rent is here. So I am considering it as an office rent. I was making it as a P&L account. And next manufacturing expenses. So you people know manufacturing expenses will record in the trading account debit side, and office expenses P&L account. And next bad debts. So here bad debts means here suppose if business given 2 lakhs rupees to some X person, after a few days the business got to know that that person become as an insolvent means IP. So present insolvent means the person who are having more payments and then less income. So in this situation that person is not having capability to repay his repayments means payments. So here what the business will consider that person means, so that person was become as an insolvent, so he is not at all having any income source to pay all his debts. So business is considered it as a loss. So all the losses and all the expenses will record in the P&L account debit side. Students, just you can remind once the nominal account rule. All expenses and the losses will record in the debit side, and all the incomes and gains will record in the credit side. So bad debts is any loss for any business, so they will record in a P&L account debit side. And carriage inwards means carriage inwards are nothing but the goods transportation charges. So goods or raw material or finished product. So all these transportation of any goods will link to the production purpose, so we can record in a trading account. And next, fuel also, the fuel and power will use in the production department only for mission, so we'll record in the trading accounts itself. And next we having the closing stock. The closing stock will record in the two times. Why we will record two times? Two accounts means here what actually was the meaning of closing stock means it's an unsold stock laying in the business. So whatever the stock was laying in the business, unsold stock, they can sell that unsold stock in the next coming years also. So for that purpose, this closing stock is considering one time as an asset, and the closing stock second time it was considering as an in stock point of view. So first time we'll record in the trading account credit side, and second time we'll record in the asset side. So now we completed identifying the items and their belonging accounts. So next what we want to do means we want to open the trading account pro forma, P&L pro forma and balance sheet pro forma, 3 at one at a time. So here first we'll open trading account. So first what we want to do means we already identified, students, L is indicated as a liability, T is indicated as a trading account, A is indicated as an asset, and P&L is a profit and loss account. Okay. Now we want to post all trading account related items in the trading account format. See. So this is the format of any one second, I was not seeing. This is the format of any trading account. In the trading account left hand side you can see the here you can record all the expenses and losses, and here you can record all incomes which are related to the manufacturing or any production. So you know production means what the activity will take in place in the production unit means they will purchase raw materials, they will use the production in the they will use the machines. By using the machines they will do some process, and the finally one finished product will come out in the market. So here we will record all the expenses, and here we will record all the incomes related to the trading account. So first we will observe, first we will see what's the trading account items. See first here we having one trading account item, it is a return outwards. See return outwards means the goods are going out. When the goods will go out means if some business will purchase some X good and business will identify any defect in that purchased good, then only they will send rewards, they send out from a business, means purchase returns will be happen. So before that we want to identify the purchases. So here the purchases, so from here actually this business purchased goods at the cost of 10,500. From this purchases they identified the some defects, so the cost of 500 goods or they are sending back to the suppliers. So here these are purchasing, here the goods are coming inside, the cash is going outside, so it is considering as expenses. So expenses will record in the left hand side. So we'll write, so first purchase and then purchase returns. So purchases 1050 and returns 500. The total purchased amount is 10,000 goods they are purchased, actual purchase. And next item we can see it's sales. So sales. So first we'll record sales and we want to observe is there any sales returns or happen. So here it's sales inwards. So we send goods out. We send good out, The sales is nothing but sending the goods out and receiving the amount. So here the sales account, and then from sales account they are minusing, deducting the sales returns. So actual 16,400 is in a sales. From total sale they got back some goods. There is a cost of 300 rupees. So actual sales are happened 16,100 rupees. So next trading account is an wages. So it is a payment to any labors. So it is considered as an expenses. So expenses in the left hand side. And next we having opening stock. Yes, without raw material we can't do the production. So raw material purchasing also it expenses. So we'll record in the left hand side. And next we are having manufacturing expenses. So no need for explanation. It's in the left hand side. And next we are having carriage inwards. The carriage inwards is nothing but goods transportation charges. So it's considered as an expenses. So left hand side. And next fuel and power. The fuel and power also we will use for any manufacturing purpose only. So it is in a left hand side. So we post all the items, but finally we having closing stock. So closing stock is an after the total sales. These are the sales are happened, but still the company have remaining some unsold products. That cost is an 1450. Now we want to balance the left hand side balances and right hand side balance as an equally. So first what we will do, we will add all expenses and all the incomes in separately. If you total all the expenses and income, if you got total of any expenses more and you got the less in income side, means you got the expenses value is in a more and the income value is in a less, means it indicate as in a loss. Expenses more and income is in a less. Expenses more, income less, it indicate as in a loss. That loss we can call it as in a gross loss. If suppose if the income is in a more and expenses is in a less, it considering as in a profit. In trading account we'll record as a gross profit. So first if you total means you will get the debit expenses side more amount. So I was balancing with the same amount in the two sides. But in income side there is some deficit. This deficit is considering as a loss. So here expense is more and then income is a less. So for any income, still if they wants to get 6,500, but there is no 6,500, so we are considering it as a loss. So here we posted all trading account related items. And next we'll open the profit and loss account. So this is a profit and loss account. See, this gross loss will carry forward to any P&L account expenses side. If trading account got the gross profit, it transferred to any income side. Now this gross loss, here in this problem we got gross loss. So in next this item will carry forward to any P&L account expenses side. So to gross loss 6,500. So whatever items we have posted in trading account, I making it as in a red color. So now we can identify the P&L account items. So students, again you can remind, in P&L account, in the debit, in the left hand side we will record all expenses and losses, and in right hand side we'll record all incomes and profit. Okay, so first we'll see, this is a liability and P&L account. It's in a drawings. Drawings means it's in a withdraw. Owner was withdraw some amount from the business. He took out of from business. So the business was losing money. So it is in a loss for any business. So all the losses and all the expenses record in the left hand side. We'll record here to drawings 1000. And next we having office repairs. So repairs all our expenses. We are getting service and we are paying amount. So it will consider as an A. Left hand side, we'll post it as an A left hand side. And next rent. We are paying office rent. So it is also an expenses. So we'll post it as an A left hand side. And next we having office expenses. Again left hand side. And next bad debts. So bad debt is any loss for any business. So here if whatever all the losses will record in the debit side. So bad debts 200 rupees. So we record all the P&L related items. And here, so students, in the expenses side there is a values, and in the income side there is a no values. So if you total means, if you add all the expenses items means you will get 8,850, and in the income side nothing is there, but according to the rule we want to balance the debit total must and should be equals to a credit. And one more thing, here the expenses is more and there is a no income. If the income is not there but expenses are happening, so cash is going outside but nothing is coming inside, so here the business was facing the loss. So this loss we can call it as a net loss. So net loss of 8,850. This net loss will carry forward to the liability side, and this loss will be deducted from the capital. So if loss carry forward to the capital account and it will be deducted from capital. If business got profit, it will be carried to a liability side of a capital and it will be added. It will be added to a capital. Now we got the loss, so we carry forwarding this loss to a liability side means capital. From this loss we are going to add to this loss we are going to subtract from a capital. So for that we want to open balance sheet. So next balance sheet. So first item, here it says a liability, and then in this side we'll make it as an assets. So first is a capital is a liability, but from capital we got loss in the P&L account. So that loss we want to deduct from a capital. So capital deduct the net loss, we got 1500. And next we have a creditor. So creditor is a liability. So post liability. And next we having the bills payables liability post. And next we having, so these are the liabilities items. Coming to the asset side items, plant and machinery, it is a value based item, so it is an asset, P&L account 4,000. And next sundry debtor, it is also value based item, it says 2400. And next we having cash at bank asset, and next and final closing stock 1450. Okay, if you total all the debit item and credit item without doing balances, means without carry forwarding balances, the automatically the liabilities amount and the asset amounts will be equal. If the liabilities and assets are not equal, so here some error mistake was happened in the process, means ledger posting or any journal posting or any trading or trial balance posting. So like this we will post all the trial balance items into a balance sheet. Like this we have still we have any adjustments. So in the next video I will explain how to post adjusted items in a balance sheet. Thank you guys.